Hey, I'm Madison, and you're listening to Crit Out of Luck, the Last Song of Arcadia. Find us on social media at Crit Out of Luck, or join our Discord server to chat all things D&D. Stay cool.
So, you leave Atla's office, the time is yours.
We can go back whenever you wish.
To Arcadia.
Yes.
We should
Where else would we be going?
I thought you meant to come back here.
We can come back here as well. It would just have to be tomorrow.
Right.
Do you have more business here?
No.
Are you sure? It seemed like you wanted to ask her something.
You know, I did, and then I heard the answer, and I realized I really didn't want to ask. Has that ever happened to you?
What do you think I had to talk about with Dwark?
You're not so different, he and you.
That's me laughing. We know. That's me laughing, not her. Are you comparing me to Dwark?
I could never be that cruel.
To Dwark.
Seren, please, he's not that bad.
He doesn't say that. He doesn't say that.
Yeah. I'm like doing some deep breathing.
Yes.
But I have the boy like pressed into me like a stress toy.
No. His legs are like dangling.
So, yeah, just to sum that all up, if you want Atla to do it, basically, he won't have the memories of Barovia, but he'll have every memory that he had while he was baby.
You'll have the
Does that make sense?
the baby.
But he'll be
not-
an adult man.
The baby,
The baby
not
will become an
Dimitri.
adult man. We should go to the beach.
Yes.
Alright, back to Arcadia. Alright, back out onto the quad, on the tree. Are you going back to the palace?
What does the campus look like in terms of foliage?
The Mage's College campus?
Yeah.
In this sort of quad area, there's lots of like finely manicured trees, as well as bushes lined with sort of like spellcasting component plants that you might need.
Oh, cool!
Oh, I wish I was somebody that needed those.
Oh,
Yeah.
We should use a shrub this time.
cool! A shrub. Could you give me one moment, actually?
Of course. I am in no rush.
Can I find that big fountain?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to that fountain
Mm-hmm.
and take money. Take like a silver piece or something out. No, I'll take a platinum. I'm gonna work.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the boy down for a second and kind of like kneel with him, like face to face here.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with you. Nothing about you needs changing or altering at all. I need you to believe that. And I'm going to take a platinum piece
Mm-hmm.
out of my bag and then throw it in the fountain again.
Mm-hmm.
Please. And I'm not even gonna look at where it lands, and then I'm gonna scoop him back up and go find Kashak again.
Oh, I did not realize it was customary.
And I take my final silver piece.
No! Kashak, you do make a
Too
wish.
late.
Kashak, you make a wish. You throw a piece of money into a fountain and you make a wish.
Do I tell you?
No, you don't tell it. Well, you're not supposed to tell anyone. I don't know if that's really a thing or not.
I have made my wish.
So,
I sure hope I don't need money for anything.
We have money.
I can spot
You get a share of what we just got from
Kashak,
Basta.
it's so heavy and loud and it smells horrible. You can just have mine. Here, let's just go back to the capital.
I don't want it for the same reasons.
I'll just give it to Suri. Let's go.
Back to the capital.
But through the shrub this time.
Through the shrub, and thusly you arrive.
The plants, they sometimes feel like you use them. I'm trying to spice it out.
Oh, no, I wouldn't hate to.
This will do fine.
And he pats the shrub
so
closest to him.
sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, great. So, yes, back in the capital. all meeting up together, or did you guys already go to the beach?
Did we already go to the beach?
We can have done that.
We'll walk to the beach.
Yeah.
That'll take a second.
Great. So you can either, there's coastline to either side of the city, but you do know there is within the city limits a sort of like private beach that like the wealthy amongst the city often use, called Owlberry Beach, which you've never been to before, but you know that there is like sort of beachfront property right in
What
the
is
city
it called?
itself.
Owl?
Owlberry Beach.
Owlberry.
It's
It sounds a
beach.
lot like owlberry.
I was like, are you rubbing it in?
Sounds a lot like owlberry.
No, that's
Sure
aloe
does.
vera you're supposed to rub in.
Oh, I'm so
And then you
hungry.
get a sunburn.
Alabama beef. No, thank you.
Ooh.
Sorry to anyone in the deep south.
I feel like we should just go to the regular beach. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the only like beach. The rest is like port. You know.
All right, then we'll go to the beach because we need to see.
Go to the beach?
Apparently.
Ninky.
Josh.
Yeah, so you go to Owlberry Beach, which is a long stretch of the city that is, it's just sort of like these long sandy dunes that stretch off in either direction. You see a number of families with sort of like, they've got big like tented almost dwellings set up along the reach.
Did we go in like prime beach season?
Right.
It's
I'm
bougie.
like-
this is like Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be around a bunch of people.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
The great thing, this is for rich people, so there's not actually that many people here.
Okay, so we're not.
They don't want to be around each other.
We're
Yeah,
not like the
I used
Jersey
to be rich.
Shore.
No.
No, not like the Jersey Shore.
I have brought the twine with me as well as the box.
But not the wrapping paper.
The rabbit
It
paper.
would just get wet.
It would just get wet. I'm going to see if there's any sort of like large rock or anything like that.
There's not. This is like a. It's not a main beach. It's a Jersey beach.
Sure.
Curated.
I'll find the heaviest shell I can dig up.
Okay, give me a
Like a pound or
Careful what you
more.
wish for.
give me a nature or
Let-
investigation check.
Giant crab.
My carrying capacity is now twice what it used to be. So.
Oh no, I mean it might still be attached to something.
Yeah,
By the way you phrase that.
Hyros discovers the mega con.
I want something to tie to this box so
Right,
it's
so that it
sinky.
sinks. Yeah. Okay.
I am making a what check?
Either
Fill it with
investigation or
sand.
nature.
These are both terrible things for Hyros to do, so let's, oh, sorry. This is not what I'm used to, but this is great. Nature, great. Okay. 16.
Whoa.
He's grandma.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
The 16, you find as you walk along the shore of the water for some time, the both of you sort of paddling along, you see a sort of dark shape in the water. You weigh it out, just a little past your ankles, and you find a broken piece of an anchor.
Ooh, perfect.
Ooh, is it like the
Just like the little like hook. Yeah.
Oh, like
I
the
have to
speed
admit-
tip, like on your tail.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yes.
This is heavy.
It looks it.
This will do. And I will use the twine to tie the box to it. And I will do a cursory glance around. Any close by.
Are you trying to find a quiet spot?
I'm not trying to like make a scene. But like,
You find that you can see people within view, but they're
Sure.
way ways down the beach, so you feel relatively safe.
they'll think we're just skipping rocks.
Yes,
questions.
exactly.
So, bearing in mind that with now Totem Warrior, my 6th level feature gives me carrying capacity, doubles, advantage on strength checks to push, pull, lift, or break objects. I'm going to take this bit of anchor tied to firmly, because he's good at his knots, because he's a forester. You know, something to tie it up and stuff. And just yeeting it as far as the fuck.
Give me that last check.
All right.
What era are we in terms of bathing suits here? Is this like, oh, nice day at the beach?
I don't think we're in a recognizable era. I don't know. What did they wear in Venice?
I think they would just wear their clothes.
Yeah.
They didn't really have
Yeah,
bathing clothing.
Yeah.
They're just in
Yeah.
petticoats at the beach.
I'm going to enter a brief moment of rage.
Why not?
It's this is, whenever I use rage to do these things, I imagine the like anime eye flash.
Yes.
And, like zoom in on the face, and then a wind up as it just like goes through the lines.
Yeah, the camera angles are insane right now.
Yeah.
He's the fucking big dude from Uran.
And just wing it as far as we tieflingly can. Yikes. Not optimal. However. Athletics, you say?
Yeesh.
Oh, it's, still 19.
To the rising, you say.
Team Rocket blasting off again!
You rear back Hyros, and you like, your arm swings powerfully, ready to let it go, and it like in a flash, as it just leaves your fingers, you just get like whack. You get just a flash of Alcyone, and all of her skin is like bubbling and sizzling and burning, like she's burning alive. And you see a shadow come down over her face, and she screams and
Just sit back into the sand.
Are you alright? What happened?
As it left my head, I saw her. It's not. It wouldn't be real.
No. They're trying to play with us.
Did it actually leave? Did it go? Did it?
it did.
It's in the ocean. Big huggy for Hyros.
Just kind of sit there.
We'll find her.
She knows what she's doing.
Of course.
She's
She
stronger than any of us.
Yes. She wouldn't have left if she didn't know what she was doing.
She's also my little girl.
I know.
That is a hard thing. It is not real. It was not real. No.
No.
No. No. These are tricks.
She's strong, and so are we. We'll find each other again.
Yes. Well, I would be I would expect her to find us first, as it comes to it. Maybe she'll get what she needs or expects and find a clever way to get out. I'm sure she's cleverer than him. She's cleverer than the rest of them.
Of course she is. Cleverest person I've ever known.
Maybe it's at that point we find Seren and Kashek.
I've been studying the DM, and he has a very good poker face.
And do it again.
I know the episode title. A girl worth fighting.
Seren and Kashek, you managed to find your friends on the beach.
Oh,
So,
I'm letting the baby run.
yeah, he's having a great time. He goes and runs through somebody's like little tent set up and gets a bunch of sand into their charcuterie.
Yeah!
It's an owlbear in the potato salad.
It took us 3 days to make that potato salad.
Yeah, he's just running back and forth, having a great time.
Kashak is gonna be like,
So, you
Seren, what is a beach?
you haven't seen one of these before, have you?
Why is the small desert here?
Well,
he's like picking up sand and like letting it like run.
think of what happens when the water touches, it takes the rock over thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yes, erosion, I'm aware.
Right. Then it redeposits it back upon the shore, and then it takes them back out.
But there is no water in the desert. So why is there sun there?
Madison, make a geology check.
Oh no, you got me there.
She was so proud of herself. She was like, that was verbatim Adrastos. Like she went directly back to the conversation of Adrastos, why is there sand here? And he
In
went,
fairness,
oh well.
you've never seen a desert. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
she's like, well, that depends. What's a desert?
You mean it's a
We've
beach
been talking
without the ocean? What?
I'm not sure I know what the desert looks like.
He's like, he has all of the facts, but he doesn't know how they fit together. He's like,
I am not sure I know what a desert looks like.
A desert is sand.
And no water.
There is some. There is an oasis there.
But not, and I just point at the ocean.
No, because
because see, I actually don't know what he would think here, because like he's been to the ocean, but when the desert is already sand, you don't demarcate the beach. It's just the desert ends and then the ocean begins. So he's kind of having like a mini.
Like they put a desert in the middle.
Yeah,
he's in between the city and the ocean.
So this doesn't need to be a whole thing. He's just like kind of like.
Let's say for the sake of argument, I spent about 180 years staring at the same mountaintop that only ever snowed.
For the sake of argument.
For the sake of argument. I do not really... I'm a little out of my depth here. Perhaps Hyros' scarf will know? Or Seri?
I shall ask Hyros. Maybe the scarf will give him wisdom. You look different.
It's just kind of like
Yeah, you
He
both
doesn't say
sitting
no
on the
different.
beach.
in an embrace.
It's actually intelligence, not wisdom. The scarf gives me. Thank you.
Hello?
Oh,
Hi.
good. You've. I see. You've got the man back.
Yeah.
I speak of him in as
Do you look
He's a
different?
little man.
Runs full sprint into the ocean, and when
Yeah.
he comes back out, he's half the size that he was before.
Please, please be careful. Neither of the parts of you are particularly known for being very good swimmers. Okay.
Oh, shit! He's right there.
It's a fucking bear! No! Oh shit, it's right there.
Oh, actually, you said a bunch of bougie rich people. No, I'm saying like they're gonna see him.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop looking at my son!
There's like not that many.
No, I mean in kind of like a oh god, a bear.
Stop looking at my son.
Okay.
No,
He's fine, he's with me.
We moved to a private area so we could hurl a box.
Do you
You see a couple down the way start to give a clap, and all of their manservants come out into the beach and start taking down the
Good.
tent and picking up their things and moving farther away.
They shake the leg.
Just sort of absently wipes his eyes for a second.
What's happened?
A little trick of the mind, but the box is gone.
Alright.
It didn't like that I tried to get rid of it, but we are alright. We have done what we came here to do, and I am not as afraid of it spying upon the ducal palace.
Good.
I tied it to something very heavy. I think it was part of Adrastos. I think called them anchors. I don't know what they do. But it was very heavy, so that makes sense.
Good. Yes, good. Good.
You mentioned Well, I already know.
Adrastos never explained it.
Yeah, the word that means to anchor.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was coming from, but I went full on to like just seeing, like imagining Iris just walking up to an anchor. I don't get it.
You just dropped it.
Scarf, okay.
Are you going to pick that up? What are you littering in the middle?
Is it like a horseshoe? Like you?
You gonna get it back? You mentioned this scarf wants to know something, or you want to know something from the scarf.
Why is a small desert here? It is not nearly hot enough for sand.
He doesn't mean forming it. He means
Yeah.
the vibes off.
Well, I've never been to a desert, and this is really. I think this is only my first time at a beach properly. I mean, we've been to the ocean, of course, and we were on. We were on the beaches, sort of, on the island.
There was no sand there.
It was mostly rocky, to
It
be
was a
fair.
rock.
Well, I believe.
Is Surrey the only one that's been to a beach?
We got butt tattoos.
Yeah, that's right.
We did it!
We got
Probably this very beach.
we've got
Adrastos took us here?
we've got non-canonical
If
butt
he took
tattoos.
you to the city, yeah, he
Yeah.
probably would have taken you here. Yeah.
I've just quietly kind of like agonized over whether or not I'm going to actually reach out, and then I kind of take Suri's hand for a second while this conversation's happening.
While they're talking about rocks.
I think sand is very small rocks.
Oh, that's what I said.
This requires more looking into.
And if the desert is lots of sand, it means there used to be a lot of rocks.
Keep talking about rocks. And the camera pans.
Yeah.
Well, we can't all talk about rocks.
We've gone to having just a speech bubble conversation. It's not actually recorded. It's just.
What's wrong?
I think we need to adjust our expectations. I think I need to adjust my expectations.
What happened?
Atla can... How can I put this? Make the envelope look the way it used to. But the contents will functionally still be... And then I just point at the little boy.
Alright. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that's exactly what you were after.
No, I mean, he won't remember.
Right. But that's why we're here, to talk to a turtle, yes?
Right, but it would just help to come to terms with that now. Because I've been delaying doing that for a very long time, I think.
Should we come back?
No.
You want to do this today?
What's the point in putting it off anymore?
If you need time, you should take it.
I've had time. Can you remind me what the seashell was just...
You find the seashell upon the seashore. And upon finding it, you whisper into it your heart's truest desire, and then listen for what comes back.
I'm going to go look for a seashell.
Searching the go for it.
Cut through the rock conversation.
So I think what is a rock? Well, I think
with
the
you,
most
Seren. You
important
want some
thing
company?
is that the desert used to be where the ocean is, and then it left all its sand behind when it ran away.
God, I wish check his rank. This is the perfect tavern conversation.
You carry on along the side, the beach side. It's mostly clean and deprived of sea-bound detritus.
Fish used to be lizards.
But searching the
I used to be
landscape, you find. Give me an investigation check.
16.
You find, looking for a seashell, you find one that is perfectly smooth, like blown glass, and mottled with tan, brown, dark blue, and sort of sandy colored spots.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna roll up my pants. Take my shoes off. So that I'm sitting, so that the surf is kind of like just coming up and tickling again. Emoja. I'm sure there's a more respectful way to begin that. My lady. There was a man that I knew. And his time was cut short. And I thought I could give him more of it as he was. And I was unable to do that. I lack that. Any knowledge of magic, really. And then we ran into him briefly in a realm that was not ours. And he seemed himself again. The one that I left behind. So if there's any way to give those memories and that person a form that would give him more time with me. I'm willing to. willing to do as many boons as you need. And I'm just gonna hold it.
So the rest of you, and maybe as the conversation of rocks comes to both of you having learned something new.
The conversation never truly ends.
And yet not the right thing.
Both coming away knowing less somehow than before.
But you all stand there on the beach, just hearing the waves crash and move back out to sea, and find maybe a strange moment of peace here with nothing but the sounds of the ocean to meet your ears. And then all of a sudden, the call of a gull. And all of you sort of look up and see it pass overhead. And as you look back down, Seren is gone. Seren,
What happened?
you find yourself looking out at the ocean, your friends still all around you, looking at the crashing waves, and suddenly a wave starts to build and grow higher and higher, and the white frothing limits of you reach like a spread curtain over your head, come crashing down around you, and suddenly the beach and your companions are gone. You are surrounded in the deep blue waters of the sea. You can see like traced rays of light coming through the scattered surface. And as you roll there, the current pushing you to and fro, suspended by the water, you find yourself still able to breathe under here. And you sink lower and lower till you find the soft, sandy bed of the beach below you. And off in the distance, you see what looks like like a amphitheater from ancient Greece, submerged underneath the sea. What would you like to do?
Bro, you're gonna fuck Ganondorf.
When I walk, is it like I'm walking underwater, or is it normal?
Yeah, your limbs kind of move slowly, almost ethereally, as you carve your way through the water.
Can I swim?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Again, pushing your feet off the silty, sandy bottom, you swim your way through the ocean. Schools of fish making their way past you.
I can't feel my hands right now. Go ahead.
You come to the amphitheater and sort of swimming your way out over it. You kind of look up the stretching stairs behind you, and as you turn your head again, suddenly, where once there was again just still the slow sloping stretch of beach that stretch out for hundreds of miles towards the continental shelf, you suddenly stand at a precipice. And if you've ever seen, like where the water falls off into
Oh god. Yeah.
it's just an inky black abyss that stretches out impossibly far beyond you.
I am very frightened. Thank you. I mean that with deep love.
And as you stand in this amphitheater, is there anything you want to do?
If I look behind me, again, is there any motion, anything else, or am I alone?
No, it's quiet. It's just the faint rays of light. You actually find it oddly comforted. You are deeply in the shadows here. The tracing rays of light from the surface just sort of reaching the end of their journey here at the edge of the abyss.
Can I see if I can go invisible in the darkness for a second?
Sure, yeah, you can kind of feel yourself flowing in and out of to the far observer, almost like when you watch the surface of the water shimmer, you kind of shimmer in and out of view here in the amphitheater.
Come back into full visibility.
Mm-hmm. from a distance away, not from below but from above, you see what looks like an aquatic form of a huge sea lion making its way towards you. And as it swims its way down, moving serenely and smoothly like a torpedo through the water, it comes to rest again in the amphitheater next to you. And as it comes to rest, its shape changes in the water, bubbles sort of like blurring around as its form manifests into that bright red-haired elf that you met in the bottle.
That guy was
Ori.
Nice.
And he again comes to rest before you, and speaking, you see bubbles kind of float up out of his open mouth, and as they pop, you hear his voice, kind of like trace across you. Welcome, child of Yamoja. I am Oresh T.
Hello, Ori.
I know you. How do I know you?
We met in a different time and place. We defended some of the young ones as on their journey back to the water.
I remember. And yet, do not. Strange. There is no other time, an other place, child. All are beads of sand cast through the ocean waves. And you have found your way back. What is it you seek?
For that task, it was offered to us a boon. I intend to ask if I may take it.
Yes, I remember. Your wayward light lost in shadow. Yamoja is master of forms. It may very well be within her power, but you would have to ask her yourself.
I look down into the chasm.
Be prepared.
I'm well at home in the dark, but I'll take your warning.
Aye. So may too be she. And he kind of walks to the edge of the abyss, and he throws back his head, and emanating from his mouth is like that long drawn sonorous whale song that hauntingly echoes through the sea.
I can understand all spoken language.
You can.
He's just screaming.
It is much like when you spoke to Tananuba.
Yeah,
Beneath.
okay.
It's not
Primordial,
a language.
primordial.
It's not a language that you're hearing. It is ideas and meaning beamed into your brain, right? That's sort of a higher way of communication. And basically what it is just a calling and an opening. And he turns back to you and he says, "Go, child. Dive into the darkness. And he twists himself back into a sea lion and takes off again. Diving into the
Swan
abyss.
dive right in?
You dive deeper and deeper into the inky black water, and as you dive, it gets colder and colder. You swim and swim, and the cold of the water seeps the heat out of your body. Your skin turns icy and begins to pale as you dive deeper and deeper. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
The longer I'm this cold, the more I'm gonna kind of keep having to fight off that like white veil of when they would leave me outside at the monastery. Con save?
Mm-hmm.
Save?
Yes.
23.
Great. You continue to swim farther and farther down, and as you move again, even though you are able to breathe in this strange underwater realm, you feel the drawing in of breath is like icy wind, and it sort of starts to freeze your very lungs in place. Give me another one.
22.
But you nonetheless you persevere, and as you go deeper and darker into the water, far away, you begin to see a flash of light, very tenuous and distant, but it is there nonetheless. What would you like to do?
Go towards the light.
Swimming farther and farther down, the freezing water starting to pierce into your very heart, your very soul. That light grows brighter and brighter and brighter, and you realize suddenly you're not swimming downwards anymore, but upwards instead. And as it goes brighter and brighter and brighter, you continue, and soon you can see the sort of rippling waves of the surface above you. And you begin to grow a little bit warmer and a little more confident until at last, poof, your head breaks again the surface of the water. And in the distance is just like, it's like the SpongeBob Island at the beginning of the credits. It's like just a little moat of earth with like a couple of palm trees coming up out of there.
As I'm breaking the surface, can I like leverage myself like from shoulder, elbow, hand, like front walk and then take off across the surface of the water?
Running across the surface of the water, yeah, you do so, striding evenly across the lightly rippling waves. And at last you reach the island, and as you do, the sand feels so warm, and the sun sort of beating down now again, like removes the layer of frost from your body. And sitting on the island, under the shade of a palm tree, Seren? What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
What? Oh. I don't know. I guess you brought me here.
Is anybody else around? There's like nothing around from...
It's just this little island. Well, it is.
Was she here? Was she here?
Who?
Her name is Yamoja. She's master of... She created everything.
I don't know. I didn't see anyone until you got here.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. I don't know, a long time, I suppose. But it is wonderful to see. Why have you come to this place?
Trying my best to bring you home.
Home? What do you mean?
What's the last thing you remember?
You. I remember you. I remember cold and the smell of blood. And
That's okay.
And you, what happened to me, sir?
You did something very brave.
Well, I don't know, that doesn't sound like me.
I don't know how... Are you a good swimmer?
I don't know, I mean, I always flew. I never quite had the head for swimming.
Right. Are there any seashells around?
Investigation check.
You. Not you. Two.
You're a bit overwhelmed.
There's a lot going on.
happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment, and you're kind of like, your gaze is kind of stuck upon him.
I look up. What's going on?
It's a perfect blue day above you.
Seren, I don't.
And in fact, the whale song is fallen away, and again, you're kind of just hearing the crashing of waves again. How did you bring me here?
I asked her for more time.
More time?
It didn't specify where. Can I look for another seashell?
Take Dimitri and push him somewhere else.
I'm trying! I'm monkey's pawed myself!
What do I see if I look up? Oh, his eyes are as blue as you remember.
His eyes are green.
Looking around again, you see
Yeah.
the exact same
Ah,
one
yes.
that you found on the beach when this whole debacle started.
Can I take him from this place? Please.
Who are you asking?
Yeah,
Oh, into the
shelf.
Anybody?
Yeah, so you whisper again into the shell and kind of hold it up to your ear, and you listen for a minute, and you just squint your eyes and close them up and listen for some response, but nothing comes until finally you feel a hand on yours gripping the shell to the side of your face, and it's him just sort of like gently taking your hand, and he with one hand just gently, very gently moves it away, and with another puts a finger under your chin and kind of lifts your head up again to look at him. Seren, I don't really understand what's going on. I'm a bit out of my depth here, but I don't know, I trust you. Where are we? What's going on? Talk to me.
You died. And I sort of brought you back. But it didn't. It's not really you.
And
As-
now, I'm sorry, continue.
I've been trying and trying and trying to fix it properly. And either we swim away from this place and hopefully you come back in one piece and everything's alright, or I've just... This is how it has to be, is every once in a while I do something insane and we get another few minutes together.
Oh, Sarah. You did all this for me? I have missed you. So what do we do now?
Kiss.
I mean, we're here now together. We could stay, or we could swim. I don't know what'll happen if you dive back into the sea. We're here together now. That is all I can really be sure of. But wherever you go, I will follow you. I promise.
I'm gonna kiss him again. If this doesn't work, I think you need to stop trusting me. And then I'm gonna take
You've
his
never
hand.
given me a reason not to.
Oh, this is my fault. Let's go. Then I'm just gonna.
And he takes your hand. Just, I promise. I will be right behind you. Just go.
Don't look back.
I was gonna say, if you decided to stay there with him, Kashak was gonna dig up that entire beach.
Surrey is waist deep in the ocean. I know. She'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm gonna start swimming.
Okay, you make your way back into the sea. Okay. and you dive below the surface. And as you look downwards, again, where you may have expected to find that gradually sloping white sand, you look down and again it's just that abyss.
Can I talk while we're doing this?
You can try.
Like bubble style?
What do you want to say?
If she's still listening. I'm indebted to so many people. And you will be first on my list. Please, 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 please. That's all.
Start swimming. The water around you grows cold again. For a moment as you paddle, you can sort of feel the current swirl around, and you can almost feel whatever it is, how he's making his way through the water behind you. You feel the vibrations of that. But as it gets deeper and darker and colder, it falls away, and you just hear the swirling mass of the like continents of volume of water on top of you, and those slow, dolorous sounds. But I gotta say, Seren, I mean, we thought he was gonna make it through Curse of Strahd. And he did. Maybe you should just stay here on the beach. I mean, at least then you know he's there, right?
I don't like that the DM is speaking directly towards you.
Not in a voice.
I'm gonna keep swimming.
Referencing a module by name.
Yeah.
You carry on through the water. Again, it chills your body. Atla had a way. She had a surefire way. I know it wouldn't be perfect, but it's a surefire way. You can always turn back now, get out of the water, go back to the Mages College.
Yeah, what if he gets lost in the water?
What if you get lost in the water?
I told him he could trust me, so I'm gonna keep swimming.
What if he's different? What if he doesn't remember anything? What if, or even worse, what if he does come back and he does remember it all, but he's changed his mind?
What did I tell you 3 hours ago? Show me a permanent state of self, baby.
This is like when you're playing a point-and-click adventure game on PC, and the text bubbles go from like in-game to like the game dev being like, "Bro, this is me." Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one more Constitution saving throw.
26.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, are you proficient in all saving throws now?
Yeah.
Using the power of horny.
I'm not even horny.
Emotionally
I'm gonna call that love.
horny. Yeah.
A massive shark comes into view, swimming up from beneath you. You just see the reflection of its white teeth as its great maw opens. It swims towards you, darts around the side, and vanishes behind you.
Oh no, there was a sea lion
You
close
smell
by.
blood in the water,
Uh,
and a thrashing of sound and a churning of bubbles.
You thought it's either or. This is a journey.
keep swimming. I keep swimming. I keep swimming. I keep swimming.
Give me another Constitution saving throw.
He does not necessarily pop back on the island if something goes wrong here.
No, with Diamond Soul, I'm gonna re-roll that and take the second one.
Okay.
And it's worse. When am I allowed to use inspiration?
Anytime.
I'm gonna use. I have. It's not on this character sheet. It's on my other character sheet. I just didn't mark it down, but I do have inspiration still from
You did just print this one today.
1,000
Roll
years
away.
ago.
Roll away.
24.
Jesus.
That's what it's for, baby.
That's what it's for.
That's what inspiration is fucking
I held on to that forever.
That's what it's for.
It's the last battle!
Another bright light gleams from the darkness coming out of the abyss below you. This time, it's those eyes, those horrible orange, black eyes that brings you all the way back to that lonely mountaintop, that ancient temple buried in which the dark secrets of ages past swirl around you as one long hand clawed reaches out of the depths, grabbing you around the neck. The eyes make themselves known in the frigid, vicious dark beneath the sea. I killed him, Seren. And you know that power. It is mine to take souls and keep them in one place.
And who's to say mine is not to take them from that place and take them somewhere else?
One more.
Yeah, bitch!
22.
Dude.
22.
Okay. Fuck.
Then, best of luck. And he vanishes around you, and you keep swimming, and suddenly, you begin to feel a bit of warmth creep back into your fingers, and you can see the reflections of the waves, and you hear the crashing, the underwater muffled crashes of waves above you, until finally, you feel the sun on your face, and the air again entering your lungs as you it's like you boogie boarded right into shore, and you find yourself washed up on the beach.
Do we see this?
Yes, you two, the three of you see like a dark shape manifest up in the water as a wave comes crashing down, and Seren is again deposited on the surface, just on the beach.
How long has she been gone to us?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
As soon as she was gone, I'm waist deep in the water, just screaming.
It's hard to tell. Maybe like a few minutes. Who can say?
Okay.
But yeah, you're like waist deep in the water, and you see her splash up on shore again.
Oh my god! Run to her! Is it just her?
I go to grab both of them because I'm ever so I can't swim. Oh, no.
Iris can't be the brain cell.
No.
You just pick up the button.
Sorry, do you remember what I said about adjusting expectations?
I do.
Why is this water so salty?
Oh god!
Oh.
Oh my god!
Who are you?
No, shut up!
What have you done with Seren?
No!
Well, she's right here.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
Who are you? Ah!
Oh yeah, I guess you can.
Like a drowned rat.
Yes!
Oh no, Maddie'll hate that.
She's been through enough!
Okay. We're about to get into a lot of things. Where is the baby?
Where is the baby?
That's part of it. We'll get there.
Okay.
I also would have looked for him before I waded into the water to make sure he wasn't dying actively.
Baby's gone.
He's gone.
Well, hang on. You're flat. He's fine in the surf. I have hoisted these two out of the surf.
Yeah.
He's gone.
What the?
Oh god.
Sorry.
Hi.
What happened? Where's Van Peel?
Okay.
Check his limbs. Check his limbs.
What do you mean check his limbs?
He got sharked.
What happened
Check
to
his
the limbs? Where are we? Where is he in the temple? Where is Van Peel?
I mean, check side of his face. Am I tall enough?
What is this thing shining in the sky?
Shut the hell up! Oh my god, wait.
Yeah.
He never got
He's
to
never
see
seen the sun.
the
Side of his
sun.
Where's the?
Where Where is Dorks?
My best and closest companion, Dork!
I'm just like,
They did have a moment.
The ritual didn't work.
it's such a long story. Can we get out of the ocean, please?
Because that's just like.
Yes, of course, whatever you need. Whatever you need, yes. Wow, you're all looking rather tan.
It's
Pink.
What is going on?
so, do you remember when I said the baby used to look different?
Yes.
Oh.
Kashik said, oh.
Maybe I need a new date to the wedding.
Keep going.
He's still going with Alex.
It's a handsome man right there.
Alex.
Oh.
I don't know.
He says he is as throbbingly handsome as you remember.
Of course he is.
Even more so in his drowned rat boy, crow boy state.
Oh.
He costs him a feather. Oh yeah, Kashek and he might have something to talk about there.
Oh, the feathers were even growing inside him.
Can he still do it?
Can he what?
We'll get there.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I'm
There's
focused
more.
on,
Yeah.
I'm focused on like the breathing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot.
Hyros
where we
herds
wanted
everybody
next.
to the shore.
We're out of the ocean.
We're out of the ocean.
Can we get out of the? Okay.
Yeah, you can go back to the palace if you like. Whatever you want to do. The time is yours.
Let's stay here for a second. We need to address things before we go anywhere else.
Is he clothed?
He is. I'm so glad you asked.
Trevor, please.
In the nude.
Completely and utterly.
He is not nude. He is in fact wearing like a long tunic made of owl feathers.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
They dropped them.
Owl. He was an owl
Yeah,
bear.
he was an
Okay,
owl
okay,
bear.
okay.
Yeah, you know.
What other feathers is an owlbear gonna have?
The bear
But
ones.
he's raven. But the man is.
Semantics.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Where do I start?
I don't. Well, I mean, we can't stay here too long, Strahd. We have to defeat him.
Okay. Good news. Good news.
What?
We did it.
What?
We did it. What? We did it.
You did what? The ritual vampire seal.
Yes.
Well, good. That gives us an opening. Now we can go right to Ravenlofted.
And
And what?
We completed the ritual, and a year ago we defeated Strahd von Zarovich.
A year? What do you mean? What? Without me?
Over a year ago.
My friend, you and I had the unfortunate luck to not make it out of that fight with Vampire.
I died.
Yeah.
That's where you've been.
You died. Did you just get back?
It's a longer, sadder story than that. Van Rechten gave his life to bring me back.
What am I? Where are? And he looks up.
Yeah.
And sees the sun in the
Oh,
sky.
I'm just gonna take that in.
And as he does so, gazing up at the sun, sort of awestruck, you see.
Oh, not too long.
Not too much. But you see, as the wind coming off the ocean rustles his sodden jet black hair, you see ripples of rainbow color through it as they go in the breeze. You really did do it. You really did it. You set my family free.
No.
Well, this is excellent news! We must go to the Blue Water at once!
Oh. Okay.
We are
On
the way.
Well, yes, we're a bit ways away.
What do you mean?
Welcome to Arcadia,
What? What is that?
the land outside the valley.
Outside the valley? What do you...
When Strahd was dealt with, the mists went away and Barovia was back where it used to be.
Used to be.
And this is
This is where I came from before I was taken to Barovia.
Me, technically.
Bit of a ways away.
I as well.
I am in your home.
Sort of. Part of it.
Is there grave danger about?
Well, that much has not changed.
There is.
Well, not this very second.
I'm sure something will come up.
Well, this is excellent news.
Oh god, no, it's not.
Let it be excellent.
No, let it be excellent.
It's mostly excellent right now.
missed being able to save my home, but now I can help you save yours.
He's more upset about not getting killed strong. Wait, who cares if I die? You killed him without me.
You get my steez?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now when you say there's rainbow in his hair,
Iridescence.
fuck?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know.
I don't
Was
know.
it because there's ocean spray
It's
around?
like, you know, when you it's like when you say, you know,
Yeah.
you can see like sort of a prism in raven feathers when they're under the full sun.
It is literal iridescence.
That doesn't make me
That's what birds
feel
have.
better.
Yours is oil slick. His is raven feathers.
Pigeons have it.
Pigeons do.
Okay, so he's like a pigeon.
He's like a pigeon.
Okay.
He's like
Sure,
a pigeon,
sure,
a
okay.
sweet, handsome pigeon.
Kashek is
Well, he's
gonna
like a raven.
touch the feathers on his tunic.
Sorry.
Okay, this is
It's claws. Finally, that's strange. Anyway, I'm sorry. You are
I'm Kashek.
Kashek.
Close enough.
I'm Dimitri. It is nice to meet you. I think I've been dead for a while.
I've heard much about you.
Oh, good things, I hope.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Actually, yes.
Actually, yes.
Goodness, I thought this. To put the fear, there is much that I need to catch up on. You all have been busy in my.
what are you doing?
May I pluck one of these?
Yes, I don't even know what it is. Ow!
Ah.
Oh. That is curious. Anyway.
Where? I'll deal with that later.
This might as well happen.
I'm gonna pocket that.
A lot right now.
But like actually pocket that for later.
Yeah. It seems there is much to be done then. Shall we? And he goes to like kind of stand up and start walk. But as he gets so, he goes, oh, no, that's it. And he falls.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Why
help
don't
him
we
out,
get some-
Seren?
Why don't we get some? We should
Should we tell him?
tell him what.
Tell me what.
Is he still conscious? Yeah, good.
Where on the list do we tell him that he's been with us, kind of?
Oh, I mean,
Didn't we sort of have a conversation in the Feywild
Was
about
that-
some stuff?
This him.
yeah. I feel like we've been going
I
through
guess
various
not.
pocket
You
dimensions.
have a lot to fill him in on.
Yes, it certainly seems that way. You all have been very busy. Are we close to Barovia? Maybe we could get back there and have a drink.
Functionally, yes.
Oh,
We could.
well, good.
We have a few
Oh god.
plans to make, a few stops.
This was sort of we've got a bit of list, and it's
We'll be traveling there very soon.
Well, I'm no doubt that you are have a list. I mean, I did not expect once Barovia was freed that you would stop being your heroic adventuring ways. I just wonder if maybe
Clark, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to catch fish.
Good luck!
And he's like standing. He's somehow hiked up the fur on his legs and is like waiting.
Like
in the
an owl, they go all the way up.
And he's just standing there like this, and every once in a while he just goes like, "Oh, damn it!"
Trying to catch a fish. He's got 6 already.
Good luck, Clog.
They just keep jumping into my. I don't know.
That's Clog. He'll be with us. As
Oh,
well.
hello.
All right.
He seems very nice.
I guess he wouldn't know what a bugbear was, I guess.
God, you certainly do travel in strange company, but that has always been the case. Well, I am eager to see more of where it is ever we are now.
This is Freddy. We gotta take him out on the town.
Do we?
I think so. This man deserves a drink after living in
Sure he
Barovia
does.
for God knows how
Let's
many
get him
years.
somewhere that has my soul's meat.
I believe Luther has some.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a whole episode.
No.
Like,
But that's
I just got excited.
no. You're right. You're right.
Once. Well, I guess once we get our land legs back under us, we can.
Yes.
Yes, landlord. Indeed. Yeah, I don't. Oh, it's your staff. Oh, he kind of works his way up. Whew. Goodness. Oh my. You know, it's so strange. My legs feel so weak, but my arms, for whatever reason, feel very strong.
Christ.
Oh gosh, being dead does wonders.
Yeah. It's all right.
Goodness, this is all a lot to take in. I must say, but I guess I'm glad to be back, and I don't really know what to say. You all brought me back. I didn't know think such things were possible.
wing.
It was mostly Seren.
Is this true?
I may have done a bit of light thievery from your parents.
Oh. Well, me too.
And it was the same.
That's how we met.
Would you believe it?
Right, yeah. If you.
Too true, bestie.
It was the same gem, actually.
Goodness, Sarah and you were. I mean, the sunlight looks good on you.
Gonna put my shoes back on.
Hang out with Hyros over here.
You just sort of. You have no talents to speak of.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm the stranger now. Why don't you show me the way home?
We should. We should.
I'm tired and I wanna go to bed.
Are we going to go right off then today? We were going to go back to Wigan Glen, or should we?
It's not late.
Shit, what time is it?
In game.
Yeah, in game. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
We're-
probably still midday. I would say.
Yeah, it's we have not
we're
done that
speed.
much.
Remind me, if you remember, Trevor, or if anyone else does,
Yes.
have we put out the word already to do a meetup for the fam in Wyvern Glen?
I
that we
think
did.
you sent Rhea a letter.
I think we did.
I'm
Okay,
remembering.
all right.
Which means that it's on. It's going. To
Which means that that's just making
It's
sure
already,
that
she's already read it.
But yeah, I think we said that the date for that could be kind of
It's
loosely,
malleable,
like
yeah.
the wedding date is.
Yeah.
Oh, I just meant that Rhea most certainly has a direct line to contact every single one of her children with
Yes.
its motives.
Oh yeah.
She's got the Weasley clock, but it's like a phone.
Oh,
She knows Alcyone is gone, right? You had that conversation.
I don't think so, because she still doesn't know that he's dead.
Here's the thing. We were there.
And then like 2 sessions later.
Yeah, because right after that,
Right.
we went
2 or 3.
down the river and then off to go
That's
to.
right. That's right.
So
she
we've
doesn't
not
know.
seen-
So she doesn't know A, that Alcyone is gone, or B, that you are dead.
Correct.
Again.
That's gonna be fun.
That's
a word for it.
That's gonna be great.
That's
gonna
the
be fun,
purpose of the
Trevor.
reunion to a degree.
Well, reunions all around.
She's gonna kill me.
You tell me that my daughter is missing, and you bring me this drowned rat of a man.
he just needs to dry off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what do we want to do? I don't know.
Should we?
Alcyone is missing. Dear God, there's more. No.
Should we catch him up somewhere?
All right.
Do you want to say, like we go back to the palace and like kind of just catch him up on what's
Well,
going
these
on
three
there?
are certainly going to do that, and I'm going to be very interestedly listening.
Do we want to go to the
We're there.
palace, or do we want to go to the?
You could
board?
bring him to. You could bring him to the
Girl.
board.
I think the boar and bear would be a nice.
I think he'd like it there.
She wasn't there. Or were you not talking to me?
No, I was. But, well, not in Barovia, but then everything after Barovia.
Oh yeah, I thought we explicitly meant like what happened
Well,
in
yeah,
Barovia.
yeah.
Fairness,
Yeah.
he didn't mention us.
He
That's
didn't
true.
miss.
Take two. He didn't miss much.
That's true.
No.
He didn't miss much.
He did not.
No.
Okay.
Why don't we catch you up on everything and
That would be great. I would love to catch up.
Fair warning. Oh, sorry.
what?
Nothing.
You're talking.
The city is bigger than Valaki.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
How much bigger?
I mean, he can say
What, like
from here,
like
right?
400 people?
look that way.
What the fuck? What is that? How'd they make them that tall?
Genuinely, I don't know.
Elves.
That's-
Elves.
We are.
I thought you said owls. I was like,
Those people, how many people live there?
Can we see?
Thousands.
Can we see the Tower of Stars from here?
Of
you
course
can.
we can.
Yeah, you can.
Looming bitch.
You can see it from everywhere in the city.
That's where the worm goes.
Up.
The worm pocket.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Once you're done with the
Stop.
worm,
No.
you put it in the worm
Enough.
pocket. And that makes everyone die.
It sure does. Let's go get a drink.
Yep.
it's like vaguely Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's what happens in Ragnarok.
Gosh. Well, I'm really off the map now.
It's going to be a lot of sights and sounds. We're going to go to a place that feels very sort of familiar. You're going to love this
Yes.
place.
Okay.
Not dissimilar to the Blue Water.
Well, I'm a quick study. I think I'll pick things up as we go along.
There you go.
Shall we?
Let's
do it.
go.
And you do so.
Yeah.
Hey, Alcyone.
Yeah.
Good God.
Your situation has become much more comfortable. The scars on your body will never fully go away. They're intended not to. But your station has become much more healthy. You've put much of the weight that you've lost back on. You're again draped in the sort of the whatever fineries you can dream up are provided to you, brought to you by bands of Drell raiders after having brought them from the surface above. Your apartments are comfortable, clean, spacious, and anything that you can think to bring or take away from them is eagerly provided to you now that you have. You've been through hell, and now you are being treated to a bit of comfort and leisure. But still, you are not given free rein to go where you might. What do you think? I'm curious. What do you think her? She's given free rein. What do you think her sort of dungeon apartments? What do they look like?
I meant, like, if this is essentially him repurposing Drow society and Drow abodes and stuff, they certainly know and have mastered over the centuries and millennia how to, like, make a level of comfort to their undergrounds. So, like, there's a certain austerity and Spartanness to it, I'm sure, but I think any degree of... It occurs to her the possibility of playing up the difference, the change of her as now agreeing to serve as a herald and foregoing a lot of the things she once sought as a way to further exemplify her shift, but then thinks better of that and decides tactically to allow herself to feed into
Some
remembrances, comfort. Not just for the sake of survival, though a little bit for that, of course, but because she feels that actually makes a stronger case. Still holding on to that. Amid the layers of thought that she keeps up at all times as a safety precaution, you know, constantly seeing a song in her mind over her, a thing that I like to do when I think someone's trying to read my mind, because I'm a very normal person. But as a kid, I'd be like, someone can read my mind. I'm going to have a song in my head just in case someone's listening. There's a very real possibility of that here, so she does what she can to provide a level of, without raising too much suspicion, but also in the opposite direction.
I hear
So
you.
yeah,
She's still kind of walking that razor's edge.
Yes.
Okay.
But she has sought out any degree of reading or learning or lore that the Drow have gathered and in their own way preserved. Those are the things she seeks most to have. A small library of her room.
Give me a history investigation or Arcana check.
History, investigation, or Arcana. Yes, sir. Oh, I miss having skill proficiencies. Right. Oh my god. Sorry. Forgot what expertise was.
Uh-huh. Welcome back.
Bards are the best. Why do I ever do anything but play a bard? Okay. We're going to make this Arcana.
Okay.
22.
Many volumes are provided you. And of particular interest, you find historical accounts aren't quite the right word because it happened so long ago that no one's quite sure. It's pre-Eurovian history from above. So before the valley vanished, before Eurovia got there, way before Miranda de Arcadia, in the days when elves ruled this land.
Mm-hmm.
In kind of that, there are histories of this advanced elven society which drew their power from the Tower of the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard whispers and spirits of that. It's been largely usurped by the songs and the Miranda canon.
And Alcyone saw the same thing Seren did.
Correct. Beneath the temple. Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Yes, you did. And there are scattered mentions of an artifact. A piece worn by the king of the king of this ancient elven civilization, which was gate, lock, key, and keeper. The crown of command. But in the middle of your musings, you hear a knock on your chamber door.
Enter.
Freya does so. Over the past, again, time down here moves very strangely. It's really impossible, with no sun to rise and set and mark the passing of days. You've pretty much given up trying to keep track of how long you've been down here. But your training sessions, quote unquote, have changed dramatically. No longer are you beaten to within an inch of your life by Naestra and then healed by Freya. That has left you behind. You have still continued to spar, in which Naestra has not relented in her efforts to shatter your legs into 1,000 pieces. But you also have had really sort of invigorating, great, and you can sort of feel yourself growing in these sort of, call it what you will, spellcasting duels, or even just sort of physical, a strengthening of the physical self with Freya. And if you'll just kind of go on that, ride this train with me, maybe despite your best efforts, you're kind of starting to feel like family a little bit, just by the sheer volume of time that you spent with them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Freya enters. She opens your chamber door, and she enters wearing not her armor, but this incredible sort of silk dress that really flatteringly kind of like drapes down her body. Not in the way that, it's in the way that women make clothing for women, you know what I mean? And where it is it's just hung. Do you know what I mean?
Like an evening gown, sort of. Like, classy.
But she makes her way inside. Alcyone, I have something I need to speak to you about.
Very well, then certainly come in. You look very nice.
Oh, thank you. And in fact, I've brought something for you. And again, and like she sort of pulls out a parcel and unwrapping it, revealing a very similar, where hers is sort of a sheer white, the one that she unravels for you that falls in, you know, like that way that silk just kind of like moves like water. And she kind of stretches it out. It's for like a deep royal purple. Today's a very important day, Alcyone. Do you know why?
No, I'm a little afraid to ask, but I think I should know.
Today's the day you get fitted.
Huh.
May I help you get ready?
Please, yes. You know, I've never really worn much in the way of armor or anything more than just sort of a jerkin, really. That's...
She lays a hand on your shoulder. Don't worry. Once it's over, it'll be like slipping into your own skin. Undress.
Oh no.
Do so.
And she sort of unfolds the long dress. This will be what you shall, once you put this on, you shan't ever remove it again. Do I make myself clear? You've been through a lot down here, Alcyone. And I want to trust you. I do trust you. I think you believe in what it is we're trying to do. But if you put this on, there's no more tiptoeing. There's no more half decisions. If you put this on, you are bound here to him and to me. Can you accept that?
Afraid there's not much of an alternative now, is there?
Yes. Yes, there is. There always is, but it's not what you think it is. It's death. That's the alternative. The death of everyone you know and love, of everyone you don't know and have no business knowing. Do you understand?
As I say, not much of an alternative.
But I want you to be very clear, Alcyone. I want you to promise me that is the only alternative. Do I make myself clear? I know this isn't easy. And I know what you've been through hasn't been easy. But you are... God, damn it, I can still feel it. I can still feel that spirit of yours, unbroken, unbent, unbound. It insults me, it mocks me, and it...
I take her hand. I will not be the sister you lost.
And you won't leave me.
No. But I am to do this with as much as myself as I can. Our master sees that. And forgive me. But as much as it galls you, you know it's necessary.
Yes, I just... I understand.
I squeeze her hand in both of mine. You would not not prefer me. Broken.
But at least then... No, you're right. Of course you're right. I just... don't want to lose you.
And put one hand on her shoulder of her arm there. We are in this together.
Well, then let's face it, Adria. And she helps you dress, laying that silken gown over you. It is very fetching. And it's sort of like cinched up around the waist with this gorgeous emblazoned buckle that is that eye. And bringing you, finishing dressing you, she again walks across to the door and opens it up. Will you follow me one more time?
There will be pain.
Yes.
Stay with me.
You'll make it. I know you will.
And I take her hand.
If I made it, I've no worry about you.
Well, for something I'll be wearing forever, this is rather comfortable, so...
Come. And she takes you again through the twisting underground passageways, and you spiral noticeably downwards, farther and farther, and as you descend, the air around you grows hotter and hotter and steamier, and sort of begins to suffocate around the edges as you almost become choked with the smell of furnaces. You hear the churning of war machines, the smithing of weapons, and you begin to see on the walls flickering shapes of smiths working the burning braziers, their shadows being cast onto the walkway on which you step. Hundreds and hundreds of smiths and forgemen creating weapons of war. And you come to the end of the chamber at a great furnace in the shape of a screaming skull. Its open maw is where the sort of the molten flame pours out, and standing at this forge is a pale, purplish-skinned dwarf with blank white eyes and a long white beard.
Minor aside,
Yes.
aside from this chap, are there any other non-drow that I've seen?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, not aside from this.
I know the opposite problem.
That's not what I meant. I was just like,
You make your way into this sort of workshop, for lack of a better term. And in the middle of it is a long anvil. That's big enough that it almost looks like a table. And laid across it are these long strips of metal. Cruel, darkened, and jagged around the edges. But they're just laid out in bars across the surface of the anvil. Naestra is also there, standing in one corner, leaning against it, arms crossed with sour look on her face, as you two arrive. And as you do so, the dwarf turns away from the forge and his sort of milky white eyes fall on you. This'll be it then, eh? Not much meat, or gonna bear on the way, you sure she's fit? And Freya says, more than fit. And I'll please keep your expertise to the forging, Master Smith, not to the comment of my sisters. Just trying to avoid unnecessary losses, eh?
Is Naestra in her armor, or is she also in a gown?
She's in the gown. It's like a cutoff, you know what I mean? Like it like kind of scoops here.
Oh, sleeves don't contain.
No, it's not contained. She's got a real Abby Anderson vibe.
I don't care. I hate this bitch. I don't care how hot she is.
I hate her too, but you put a tall, buff woman in front of me, and I'm like, I can fix her.
No.
For one corn chip.
Fuck her.
Oh, what?
Is that a door guard?
It is, yeah.
Nice.
That's what I made the noise about. I was like, oh, we've never seen one of those before.
Yeah.
In this campaign.
Oh. And he kind of walks up to you. Praising. He only comes up to like your waist, but he looks you over. Give you a... So tell me then. You're meant to be the new herald for all that is freed in this world, eh?
That is the case, Master Smith.
Tell me, what is it you fear most?
Nothing I haven't gone through every day.
Very noble, but that's the incorrect answer. The right answer is what you're about to feel today. Have a seat on the table.
I'll do so.
Freya walks over with you, gripping your hand. And as you take a seat and sort of lie back on the cold flanks of metal, they're icy to your skin and cut through the thin, silky gown easily, just sort of almost freezing themselves to your back.
I expect the opposite of that.
Well, you know, the funny thing, lass, here, is whether you be freezing or burning, you get to a certain point where you can't tell if it's hot or cold. It just burns.
You're right, that is really funny. Squeeze Freya's hand if she's still there.
She is. Are you ready to become your own worst nightmare?
Shut up, let's do this.
Oy, so be it. And he goes over to the forge and pulls a lever. And a big, like, these chains start moving up from out of the boiling furnace in this, like, cauldron dripping and still glowing hot red with the heat of the furnace. And it just and starts moving across the room towards you until it comes to rest, hanging above you. You'll look mighty fine, don't worry, I won't mask that pretty face.
You're too kind.
Are you ready?
Freya, if this kills me,
It won't.
well, kill him for me if it does.
It won't, says. It'll make you stronger. She squeezes your hands.
I'm right here. Don't go anywhere.
Well then, buckle up, ladies, or let's get ready for the fireworks! And he pulls a lever, and the scalding cauldron tips over, and this a torrent of molten lava falls onto you, Alcyone, and I think we will call it there! Evening! Oh no! Oh man, I'm glad that was a nice, simple, easy one. I'm glad that
Yeah,
no, like,
nothing to
emotions
unpack
in
there.
Nothing to unpack there.
No, that's all one and done, baby. Cut, print, go to copy. We're good.
Maddie and Robin
I'm
will be
glad we're
talking
just
about this
easing into
nonstop.
the end game here, you know, just like accomplishing everything we wanted to and feeling good
This
about
episode was a
ourselves.
net positive. I feel like we're missing
Positive!
some of Dimitri through the trees here.
Thanks for joining us on this verse of The Last Song of Arcadia. It featured Ian Agnew as Hyros, Madison Cadulo as Seren, Freddie Nietzsche as Kashek, Robin Fender as Suri, and Trevor Fail as the Dungeon Master. Crit Out of Luck is brought to you with the help of our Patreon supporters. If you had fun listening today, you can also support us at patreon.com/critoutofluck. Stay cool.